السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Wise and prudent guys who are honest and trustworthy, and all audience that I'm proud of. Ladies and gentlemen, if we take a flashback, our first president, the proclaimer, son of the down-eastern seniors of Carl, once said, "Give me 10 youngsters, definitely I will share." 77 years of Indonesia's independence, countless millions of drops of blood have fallen. Not only that, over the past 77 years, so many names have been immortalized in thousands of many history books. In this young age, Indonesia continues to strive to develop. Various revolutions have taken place, millions of discussions have been held, however, there has been no significant change. Problems continue to harm like an eternal enemy that will never die. Many of the weary have been tried, but they've drawn in the abyss of despair without anyone remembering them in eternal recourse. Maybe you will ask me, what I want to say and convey. What I want to say today is an aspiration and an initiative to the country. It is a solution to all the root problems in this world. However, if you remember, it is a necessity called education. Therefore, let me present my speech entitled Open Message for the Country. Maybe now we will ask again what education has to do with an open message to the country. So I will tell you what the true identity of education is. I'm sure you all know a national preacher named Ki Hajar Dewantara. With his slogan there is Tutpuri Handayani, he has built a solid foundation for Indonesia, namely education. This preacher once said that education has the aim of liberating human. Then, what can liberate human? As the opinion of Ki Hajar Dewantara, that humans need to be free, be safe and happy. Safe body and happy soul. Safe body means that the individual can adapt and survive in all conditions. Happy souls mean that the individual live lovingly wrapped in warmth, so he is happy. This is the goal of all human. Even if someone says that his goal is the hereafter, he must expect himself to save from hell and live in heaven. Isn't that right? But look at what is happening now. Education is no longer taught, but a pressure. Even some of us now feel that education is useless. Not even a few will end their life because of the pressure of learning. Then this is not real education. Education is not a method of killing or torture, but the key and essence of life. When our people are busy with their division, they forget that our education has fallen apart. According to an institution called PISA, Indonesia ranks 74 out of 78 countries in the world. Imagine how bad Indonesia is in the eyes of the world. Even a professor from America said that Indonesian education is 128 behind other countries. Imagine 128 behind other countries. Do not feel ashamed of this old-fashioned or backward education. I don't mean to demean my own comment, but this is the reality. Our education is mass, our people's mindset is behind, even our knowledge is absent. But we are not late. We can change it because we love our really nation's rulers. Currently, our education emphasizes theory rather than practitioners who are concerned with the formula. They have the formula here. This is what we have to change. Our education lacks to cover up. When children in Finland only go to school 18 hours per week, we who are currently studying in Indonesia at least spend 40 hours a week without us understanding what is called about during these 40 hours. We are told to go to school to become successful people, but what is the reality? Many graduates become unemployed and even criminal. Full of humor of our country. But remember, we are still not finished. There are so many opportunities to change. Then for that, we need education as the foundation of the country. If tomorrow we'll lead this country, we must improve the education. No longer concerned with integral, Pythagoras, or Lorentz, but how generate a critical thinking exercise, curiosity, and how to develop the growth mindset that needed in this current 4.0 revolution era. Nowadays, it is modern. No longer military that is the power of the country, but how their economy and education can dominate. So, from what I have said before, we can know that an education system in Indonesia has virtually in its execution, both in terms of curriculums, books, mindset, educators still to the students themselves. But don't listen. We still have ways to improve the quality of education in Indonesia. The first thing is that there is no more grouping. There is no more grouping from the smart student and student. And there is no such a thing as practitioner restriction. And the most important thing is that students is not only take notes and learn from what the teachers or book says. They are invited to be active in teaching and learning activity. Let them express their opinion. Let them discuss, because learning is actually to make us fun and happy. To shorten the duration, maybe it's all from me. Thanks for your attention. If you find a mistake, please forgive me. And if you find a truth, please apply it. Final words. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Any personal information. The third way is we cannot use pirated sites. And the last way is we must use the password that is not easy to crack by irresponsible people. I remember the first president of Indonesia, Soekarno, said, "Give me 10 men and I will rock the world." By what he meant there,
It is your